I got this from OneKey, an awesome hardware company. All right, so this is so cool. This is the OneKey Pro that they were very kind to send me. So the OneKey Pro has quite a few interesting features. It's their flagship wallet. It's got a great touchscreen, supercharged EAL6 Plus security chip. EAL6 is a security designation that is given to a security device after it has passed rigorous third-party testing, and it is an industry standard. All right, so you'll notice that the wallet includes the air-gapped functionality. So if you want to use that, you can, but you are not forced to use it. You can use it using Bluetooth or USB connected to your computer, or NFC. It also has NFC functionality. So it has a fingerprint reader on the power button, so it makes it really easy to authenticate on the device. It has Bluetooth, a great touchscreen. It supports wireless charging, which is really cool. It can be used as a security key. So it can be used as a passkey through its NFC functionality. Has USB-C cable connection. It has desktop and phone app support. And of course, air gap supports. And it supports quite a few coins. Very high security level. 4 EAL secure element chips. Really nice. As I mentioned, you can use air gap signing if you want to. And the fingerprint unlock is very nice. And you can also back it up with OneKey, which is a card-based solution that allows you to store the private key on this card. No one sees it. You don't see it. It gets stored safely in the card, and then you can keep the card in a secure location for easy restores if you lose your device. And wireless charging. Cool stuff. Can display your NFTs. A fully functional crypto hardware wallet device with a great touchscreen and advanced features that you can optionally use, right? It completely depends on your level of expertise. If you're a new user, this is a great device. If you're an experienced user, you can enable the air gap functionality and the passphrase functionality. So it's a great device for both new and experienced users. And as you gain a confidence and experience, you could start to enable the more advanced features as you go on. But it's a great device right out of the box for anyone. So they have anti-tampering countermeasures on the box itself, physical anti-tampering. So you want to make sure that these tear-offs are intact, right? That's one of the anti-tampering countermeasures that a lot of hardware wallets implement. And let's see what we got. Of course, we got our recovery sheet. Couple of them. You can write your recovery phrase down on whatever you want. You can use paper, or you can use their cards. Let's take a look at this. Now also, they have the laser tape. That's another anti-tampering countermeasure there. So make sure that this is intact as well. All right, we'll remove that. Oops, okay. Oh yeah, this is nice. Okay. Oh my God, it's got my picture on it. These guys are so cool. Look at this. So yeah, this is so nice. It's very, it's like glossy and hard, and it supports air-gapped transactions as well. All right, so we'll set our language here. Looks like they have quite a few options, which is nice. I'll choose English. And I'm going to create a brand new wallet. All right, and during this process is when the device will generate that private key I mentioned. And you have a choice of words. A lot of people go by the theory that more is better, but realistically 12 words is more than sufficient to back up your seed phrase and make it hack proof. So I'll go ahead and do a 12 word. All right, and we want PIN protection. You can use up to 50-digit PIN, or the low end would be a 4-digit PIN. Now, I know people want to go for security, but you have to be realistic. A 50-digit PIN would make this device extremely difficult to use. So, and then you might forget it, you might write it down wrong. So be realistic. 4 to 8 digit PIN is more than sufficient. But if you're crazy about security, you can go longer. I love this touchscreen. Very easy to see, very easy to use. So just type in a PIN that's right for you. It's got haptic feedback, so that's pretty cool. A little bit of a vibration when you tap the keys. All right, and we can also add fingerprint. So say you've chosen a 20-digit PIN. You can, for convenience, you can use your fingerprint. But it doesn't mean that if you lose your finger in a farming accident that you will lose access to your crypto. It simply means that if you are unable to do the fingerprint, it'll fall back to your PIN. So don't worry about losing a finger and losing your crypto. I'll go ahead and add one fingerprint. The fingerprint reader is on the side here. As you can see, there is a button, but it does have a fingerprint reader, which is really nice. So I'll just press my finger there, and very similar to the way the iPhone fingerprint works. All right, after a few tries, it'll take that fingerprint. I don't know what the limit is, but I'm assuming that you could add more than one fingerprint. We'll check that out in the... All right, and now we're going to back up that seed phrase. Always remember never to reveal your seed phrase to anyone for any reason. We'll hit back up. There's my 12 words. So I'm just going to write those down. Make sure that you write them down in order. You'll notice that I've got... My list here is numbered, and I'm just going to use 12. You could, of course, use 24 if you want to, but I'm going to stick with 12. All right, once you've got those written down, we'll hit continue. And they're going to want us to do a confirmation, so just refer to your list. All right, they're going to give you 3 choices for word number 1. Just refer to your list and tap, and they'll take us through each word. All right, so after you've tapped all of your words, you'll get to this stage and you can continue. All right, and they have the option of using one of their key tags. All right, so if you wanted to do this with your phone, you just head over to the App Store, search for OneKey, and go ahead and download their app. This is what the icon looks like. I've already got mine installed. All right. So I had a previous version and it's asking me to migrate to the new standard. If you downloaded it for the first time, you won't have to go through this migration process. We can connect here, and there's several ways to do this. I'll do the Bluetooth first since we're using our phone. I'll use the OneKey wallet. I've got the app here. Okay, so you can see in the past that I've paired other OneKey devices. Right, we're not going to add an account to an existing wallet. I want to add a device that's down here at the bottom. Right, this plus, so we'll hit that plus. And we're going to choose Connect Hardware Wallet. It sees my device here. So we'll just tap on the device. And there's our pair code. We'll go ahead and type in that pair code. We'll hit pair, and we're done there. All right, they've done an authenticity check on the device. So we'll go ahead and confirm and continue. Okay, and as you can see, they've got several cryptocurrencies here that we could store in the wallet. And we can toggle between our devices from within the app up here. So I have a OneKey Touch, Key Classic, and this OneKey Pro that I'm using right now. So just make sure when you're interfacing with the app that you have the correct device selected. It'll tell you at the top which device you're managing. They're telling me that there's a new firmware available. Okay, it looks like they can update the firmware over Bluetooth. All right, so I had a little issue trying to update the firmware. I think maybe I'll try to do it via USB. Maybe I'll have a little more luck there. All right, let's go ahead and dive into the settings here. Got our general settings. Auto lock, which is the time that you have before the device goes into screensaver mode. You can adjust this, make it higher or lower. 10 is probably okay for me. You could also disable it completely if that bothers you. Just make sure you disconnect your device when you're done using it. Got the language set to English. We've got brightness. We can enable or disable the haptic. We've got some animations that we could enable if we wanted to. See what those are. We can change the lock screen behavior. We've got our shutdown here. Okay, and then we can change the mode. If you want to enable air gap functionality, you would do it here. So if we enable air gap mode, it will disable all of the connective functionality, right? The Bluetooth, NFC, and USB connectivity will be disabled completely. So you'll only be able to authorize transactions using the air gap functionality, which is going to require you to scan some QR codes. I'll give you a brief demo of the air gapped functionality. Air gapped is great, but it's a little difficult for a lot of people to use. So it's just included as an option on this device. You don't have to use the air gapped functionality. It's disabled by default. All right, and we can change the home screen if we want. Okay, we can change the behavior of the keypad so that the numbers change every time you tap, which can be a little difficult to use, but more secure. To get into the fingerprint section, we need the PIN. We can add fingerprints, as I mentioned earlier. Looks like you can allow up to 3 fingerprints. So maybe your thumb or one of the fingers on your other hand, however you want to do it. Or you could, someone that you trust, if you want to give them access, you could let them add their fingerprint as well. We've also got a USB lock. Okay, this will allow the device to stay unlocked while you have it connected to your computer, which is a little more convenient than having it go to sleep all the time while you're using it. Just remember to disconnect it when you're finished. You don't want someone walking up and having full access. We can change our PIN or reset the device here. All right, let's look in wallet here. It looks like they have a way to verify your recovery phrase, which is also very good. It is possible to write down your recovery phrase incorrectly. It's rare, but it does happen. So it's best practice to verify your seed phrase. One way to do that is to send a small test transaction into the wallet and then do a reset, and then do a restore using your seed phrase and check to see if that balance is still available. That's pretty involved. Or you could run this check recovery phrase where it's going to ask you to enter the recovery phrase from your sheet, and then it will verify that it is correct when you're done. That's nice. Also, you could add a passphrase. A passphrase is an additional layer of security on top of the hardware wallet. And then once you've entered the passphrase, you'll be in a brand new configuration and you can manage crypto. But remember, you must remember that passphrase. There is no way to recover the passphrase. The people at OneKey don't know what it is. So if you forget it and you have crypto in that configuration, it will be inaccessible. If you're going to use a passphrase, please remember it. Write it down, whatever you have to do, because it is very risky, and I have encountered a lot of people that have lost access to crypto trying to be super secure with a passphrase and then forgot it. This is not like your Twitter or Facebook password that you can just call somebody to reset. This is serious business. I don't recommend passphrases for newcomers. Let's see, we got about the device here with some information. All right, so that's the settings. And this scan here will be used if you're using it in air gap mode. But I would like to show you how it connects to the desktop. All right, so here's their download page. They mentioned they have full platform support, so they support Mac OS, Windows, and Linux. That's really nice. I'll go ahead and download the Windows version of the OneKey app. I'll just drop this in my downloads folder. Just double click that, run the install. All right, so once the setup is complete, we'll go ahead and allow it to run OneKey. We'll hit finish here, telling us not to downgrade. Okay, I won't. As I mentioned, I had a previous version, so I'll go ahead and do the update. All right, and you can see in my desktop app that I was managing my OneKey Classic and my OneKey Touch. We'll go ahead and add a new one. All right, so to unlock the device, you can use your finger or your PIN, either way. It worked just great for me when I used my fingerprint. So we'll choose Connect Hardware Wallet. I do have it connected with a USB cable. There's the device, it sees it, so I'll just click on that. All right, and then it wants me to authenticate on the device. So we'll just go ahead and tap that. Successfully verified. All right, and it's generated several different cryptocurrencies that I can manage. If I had funded any of the accounts from my phone, those balances would show up here. So I'll go ahead and fund the wallet. You'll notice that, everything's empty right now. We can fund the wallet by generating an address. So let me show you what happens when we generate an address. All right, so I have some Ethereum and some Bitcoin in my Coinbase account. I'll show you how to fund those into your OneKey. Pretty simple. We'll just go over to the Bitcoin account. We'll do a receive. We'll click verify on the device, and it will show you the Bitcoin address on your device. You can eyeball it in between your screen and your device. And then when you're satisfied, we'll hit done. Now we can copy the Bitcoin address into our clipboard. We'll go back over. In my case, I'm using Coinbase. You might be using Kraken or Gemini or Binance or some other crypto exchange. Anywhere you can purchase cryptocurrency. I'm going to do a send. I'll go ahead and send it all. It's not that much. If you're using large amounts, please do small tests first. Best practice. Don't send huge amounts before you've done a small test. Alrighty, and then over here where it says to, I'll click there, and then I get this little search bar. I could use phone or email, but I'm using a cryptocurrency address. I'll just paste it in there, and then we'll need to click it down here to activate that. So I've got everything lined up. I'm sending my Bitcoin to this address. All right, and then I'll click send now, and I will need to authenticate. And then we'll go over here and wait for the Bitcoin to come into our wallet. While we're waiting, I'll go ahead and do that Ethereum. Once again, I'll do the hardware check. So we'll click directly on Ethereum. We'll say we want to do a receive, and then we'll click verify on device. It'll show me the Ethereum address on the device and on my computer screen. So we'll just verify that. And when we're satisfied, we'll hit done. And now we can copy the address into our clipboard. This touch screen is very responsive. Once we've done the verification step and we have the address in our clipboard, there is no reason to leave the device connected. It does not have to be connected to receive crypto. All right, so we'll go back over to Coinbase, and I'm going to go over to my portfolio into my Ethereum. And then I will do another send. I'll go ahead and send max here. And in the to field, I'll click once. All right, they're telling me they have several networks. I'm just going to use the Ethereum network. The fee is just a bit high. I am funding the regular Ethereum wallet, so I'm going to stick with the Ethereum network. If you remember, they did support some of these other networks in the app. For this demo, I'll just stick with the Ethereum network, and then I will paste in the address, and then I will click it here, and then the next step is preview send. If you don't see the button, then scroll down. I know a lot of people get confused with their interface. If maybe you're using a small screen, you don't see the send button. Scroll down a little. There it is. Preview send. We'll hit send now. And then I'll authenticate. And actually, both transactions have hit the wallet, the Bitcoin and the Ethereum. The phone was synced up to the same device, so we should see those two transactions on our phone as well. See, notice? So I'm very happy with the app functionality on my phone and the desktop app functionality on my computer. The air-gapped functionality of the device leaves a little bit to be desired. It's not fully supported in their software yet, but will be soon. So keep an eye on that if you're an expert user. But other than that, I think it's a great device, very versatile, very easy to see and use. I love the touchscreen, and the functionality between the phone and the desktop app works just great. So if you have any questions about anything I did, please throw them up in the comments and I'll do my best to get them answered. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, I would appreciate it. When you subscribe, there's a little bell that you can click that will allow you to be alerted whenever I post new content. Once again, thanks for joining me and hope to see you again soon.